Castro. I'm a member of AKAP KA Manila Bay. It is a multi-sectoral alliance that aims to defend Manila Bay. Also, I am the advocacy officer for reclamation and water of Kalikasan People's Network for the Environment. My dream for change is a world where we prioritize the protection of the environment, because protecting the environment is protecting our future, and also that the priority is protection of the environment and upholding people's rights, and not the profit for the few. Every day is an affirmation that we have to protect our environment, because for the Filipinos, since we are an agricultural country, the livelihood of the majority of the Filipino people depends on the environment, on our seas, and our lands and mountains. So, and any threat of the environment is really a threat to the lives of the Filipino people. So every day is an affirmation. People from the international must also know that the Filipinos who are defending our rich biodiversity and environment are also under threat. So that's first, letting people know what's happening in our country, and also helping us to condemn this kind of system of attacking the defenders, the environmental defenders, the communities. So any help will do, from statements, from conducting forums to let more people know regarding our situation. That will really help. Yeah. In the Philippines, we are experiencing many environmental issues. There are a lot of mining activities in the whole Philippine archipelago. There are also constructions of mega dams and also reclamation projects. All of these are causing displacement of communities, loss of their livelihoods, and the irrevocable destruction of nature, of the environment. So, because of these, a lot of Filipino people, from the peasants, fisher folks, indigenous people are working together to defend our environment. Since the reclamation started, it totally changed their life. So initially, every day there's a threat of displacement from their communities. And second, they're experiencing the massive drop of fish catch. That's up to 90%. And that's because of the dredging activities happening in Manila Bay. It is destroying the seabeds, the mangroves. Aside from that, for the long-term effect, it will also, in our whole country, it will affect the unemployment rate, because a lot of fishermen will be displaced from their livelihood. Also, in the long term, this reclamation project can also affect our food security, because Manila Bay is a big producer of food for us. And aside from that, another long-term negative effect of our reclamation project is our defense against the climate change effects will be gone. At that time, before the abduction, actually, Jhed and I were just staying at the Bataan province for only 2 months. We just went there because we had reports that there will be reclamation projects in that province that's also part of Manila Bay. So we were doing investigation regarding the reclamation. We're roaming around different coastal communities in Bataan, asking them where's the reclamation, what's the status, and what are their sentiments on that. But yeah, at that night, yeah, we were supposed to transfer to another coastal community when we were abducted. Um, it we were detained for 17 days, and what the abductors want is for us to give informations. They want to get the names of other members of our organization. They are also tagging our organization as affiliated to the communist organizations, which they are referring as terrorists. So they're terror tagging our organization. And after that, they forced us to write a statement saying that we were not abducted, but voluntarily surrendering to the government as armed rebels, members of the communist armed group in the Philippines, which they are terror tagging also. So yeah, at those 17 days, we were subjected to unending interrogation, psychological torture. So, but later on, when we were transferred to another facility, to the military camp, Jhed and I decided to agree to a press con, which they actually urging us to do. They want us to narrate what was written in the statement. They wanted us to vilify the organizations that are helping to surface us. They want us to say that we were not abducted, that the military treated us well. I mean, it's a common story actually in the Philippines. But yeah, we told them that yeah, okay, we will do the press con, but Jhed and I planned that we will not tell what they want us to tell, and we will tell the truth. Jhed and I knew that we anticipated that we might be put on jail, or the military will kill us, but Jhed and I agreed that the truth is more important, because this pattern of forced and fake surrender and abduction has been happening for a long time in the Philippines. We've heard several activists being presented in a press conference saying they are armed rebels, even though we know they're not. But we want, as survivors, we want to use our voice to be the voices of those activists who are still missing. For our protection, we filed a petition to our Supreme Court that grants a permanent protection order against the military and several government agencies. But before it was even granted, the military that abducted us filed a case against us. It was perjury. It was later dismissed, but they gave us another case. It is grave oral defamation, which we are still facing at the moment. The Philippines is not just a nice view, but our life. So we have all the reasons to protect it. And another good thing in the Philippines is we have a brave people. I mean, even though we're known for being one of the worst places for environmental defenders, but we have a brave community. Even though we're experiencing militarization, terror tagging, false charges, but the communities are still willing to defend our environment in their whole life, because as what they've said, defending the environment is defending their life. We're working with both ends, particularly on our anti-reclamation campaign that really helped. Recently, we did a dredging report. Our organization, Kalikasan, and both ends, it says that this report contains that these Dutch companies who are doing reclamation projects are not just in the Philippines, but also in other countries. So these Dutch companies are affecting many seas, affecting many people. So it proves that Dutch companies that are doing reclamation projects must also go away, not from our seas, but from any seas. And when Jhed and I were missing, several international organizations really helped in calling and campaigning for the Surface Jhed and Jonila campaign.